Mary, your mother, was here. We have a lot of folk who have longevity with family members in the church, so we don't have any problem. No, not Mount Olive. Conflict is non-existent. And as she read, never in this church do we hear people speaking discouraging words to each other. Not here. Not here. Our pastor taught us to always encourage each other. Our pastor taught us to speak kind of each other, and if we can't speak kind of each other, don't say nothing at all. I think pastor said, just shut your mouth. That's what pastor said. But, the writer says, even in smaller churches, there is a sense that sometimes folk will speak words that charge your heart, that are disencouraging to you, and before you know it, you got conflict that's coming up. Oh, I don't know why she better not say nothing else to me. See, I get her told even in the church. She don't know, catch it, who she messing with. Huh? And I can't do my neck because I don't want to mess it up. She got one more time to say something out of line to me, and I'm gonna show her something. No, not at Mount Olive, not in the church where we love each other, not in the church where we build each other up, not in the church where we tell each other it gets gooder and gooder. But let's see. Is what Pastor has said holds true to our church. Come on, Sister Jackson.
While this is true of many smaller congregations most of the time, it is not true of every congregation all the time.
Underline that. It's true of some churches. There's some peace and harmony. Probably ain't got but 8 or 9 members of that small church. So the more members you got, the more conflict that can arise. So those smaller churches that have 20 folk and they all family, and they put on their best front on Sunday. They argue Monday through Saturday. But on Sunday when they come to the household of prayer, they got to walk upright, walk in holiness, put on their best front, put on their mask, act like ain't no problem when they get to church. But the more folk you have, the greater the conflicts and the greater number of conflicts that will occur. All right? Are y'all with us? Come on, let's keep going.
Conflict is a reality that confronts a congregation regardless of how loving and caring the people are.
Y'all caught that, right? Conflict will what? Show up in the household of prayer. No matter how loving and caring the people seem to be. I use the word Mary called seem because we can fool folk into thinking that we really love them when we really don't. Are y'all here? So it seemed like that church has no problem. They getting things done. But can I tell you something? Everybody ain't always on board. When vision goes forward. All right, come on.
The difference between a loving congregation and one settling into patterns of warfare is not the amount of conflict or the intensity of conflict, but the way they respond to and resolve conflict.
Underline that point. The key thing is the way they respond to and look to resolve. It's not the intensity of the conflict, Deacon Grafton, but it's how you respond. A lot of conflict comes based upon how people respond to what's going on. Can I go walk free? When somebody says something to you in the wrong tone of voice, they may not mean any harm. They may not mean any harm, but because of the way they say it and the optics of their voice, we misinterpret it. And the next thing you know, we go back to what we just said earlier. Who they think they talking to? Mean no harm. Mean no harm in how they say it. Mean no harm in what they're saying. Really have corrective criticism, but the way they say it and the voice tone in which they say it in can cause conflict. Am I right? Okay, now she just told us this. There's a way that we should respond, and there's a way we should look towards resolving conflict. Let's keep going.
Loving churches resolve conflict with minimal damage to long-term relationships. Warring congregations allow conflicts to fester and grow.
Now, can I tell y'all something about fester and grow? If you don't get it off your chest,
Yeah.
when you finally get it off, Sister Dorothy, you're going to go over the top.
Yeah.
Now, I'm interjecting this right now with conflict. This is probably part of the resolving conflict, but let me interject this right now. When you're dealing with people and you're discussing matters that may have caused conflict, you got to keep the main thing the main thing. You can't go back and reach about 20 years ago when they did that to you, because that may not be the situation that's causing the conflict now.
Right.
You got to keep the main thing. Say it with me. Keep the main thing.
The main thing.
The main thing.
The main thing.
All right? Now, she just read for us, and I like how she's doing it. She says, when you let it fester and grow. In other words, we've got to address it, nip it in the bud right then and there. Huh? Because the more you let it keep going on, the madder you're going to get. And finally, when that person says something to you, you're going to go off.
Yep.
But you born again. I'm a born again, going on person. That's what happens. Let's keep going.
They never seek resolution and often add new conflicts to their existing problems.
All right, let's keep going.
Since conflict is a reality pastors face in small church ministries, they need to understand the dynamics of conflict within the small church and develop godly methods for resolving it.
Now, as pastor, there's a lot of stuff come across my desk.
I'm sure.
A lot of stuff come across my desk that I'm surprised by some of what I hear. What are you going to do, Pastor? The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to talk to God. Because I got to ask God, how should I approach this situation? If I let my human side get into it,
Yeah.
I may not